a text to Anisa. I was like, couldn't have waited a couple months, like. And then she said it had to come out then.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new Slob Me On video. In today's video we've got an exciting new update with Creator Clash 3, Anisa and iDubbbz, and oh boy, I cannot wait to talk about this. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got to be transparent. Last update on this whole situation, I said I really can't see there being any updates on Creator Clash 3 for the foreseeable future. Well, I was basically proved immediately wrong, as Dad went on LolCow Live, Keemstar's show, to talk about Creator Clash and lots of other stuff, which we'll be reacting to some of the best moments of that live stream.
Like putting out that video, I did say in a text to Anisa, I was like, couldn't have waited a couple months, like. And then she said it had to come out then.
This is something that me and many other content creators that have been covering this situation from the beginning have been questioning basically from the beginning. Why did iDubbbz decide to drop the content cut before Creator Clash 3? Because ultimately, although Creator Clash 3 would have always been in some type of controversy, I mean it was in controversy before it was even conceptualized, it was only in the state it's in currently because iDubbbz decided to drop his content cop before Creator Clash 3 even happened. If iDubbbz just simply waited to drop the H3 content cop after Creator Clash 3, Creator Clash 3 wouldn't be the state that it's in. Fighters wouldn't have left, all the drama and controversy around it wouldn't have happened, and iDubbbz and Anisa wouldn't have stepped back from said event.
But I understand that too, because it's like, all right, you're passionate, the time is now, I'm inspired, I'm going to make this, I want to respond to what has been said topically.
I mean, no, I will never ever get Anisa and iDubbbz side here because it just makes zero sense to drop the content cut before Creator Clash 3. You have people on Creator Clash 3 that are directly related to Ethan Klein and people on that event that aren't going to agree with your viewpoints or how you're going about things. It makes zero sense, even if you wanted to respond topically. This is something that they could have dropped after Creator Clash 3 and it still would have been topical. And ultimately as well, you would think that iDubbbz and Anisa wouldn't want to jeopardize their event because ultimately they know who is fighting on their event. They know that some of those people have ties to H3, especially because Anisa and iDubbbz have both said that, yeah, we didn't think we were going to make any money, we didn't think Creator Clash was going to do overly well to begin with.
It was revealed with the change of ownership that Anisa and I, because we're 1/3 ownership of Creator Clash the business, that we were getting 34% of the profit share. We weren't anticipating this event doing well. Like, we wanted to do well enough to pay back the investors, of course. So that's one of the reasons that we were, okay with the profit share thing.
The reason that iDubbbz and Anisa have found themselves in this position, the reason that Creator Clash is in the position it's in, is because of the poor management skills and the poor decision-making skills that came directly from iDubbbz. If iDubbbz didn't drop that content cop when he did, he wouldn't be in the position that he is currently in.
Street Dad and Next will have a beef that we've been doing for a year.
Anisa,
great.
iDubbbz, Anisa, you care about your influencer boxers, you care about them so much. Give this guy 10 grand. Give this guy 10 grand.
No.
That's what I got
Give
paid.
him $10,000.
That's what I got paid.
No, I'm serious.
No,
serious.
well, I'm going to get money for
out.
training.
I could help you out. Ethan could help you out. There's a million people that can help you out, right, Dad? But the person that owes you money for all your time and all your troubles is literally Anisa and iDubbbz. Give him 10 grand.
Again, this is something that me and many other content creators have spoken about, how badly mistreated these fighters have been and how bad loads of people feel for these said fighters. Imagine signing on to an event, being hopeful, and then the person that is meant to be running your event, iDubbbz in this case, then decides to drop a big content piece that absolutely blows your said quote-unquote charity event up in the first place, and then they abandon you, and then you find out as well that your event is getting postponed until October. And this is without all of the other details and the actual horrific stuff that was coming out about not only Creator Clash 3 but Creator Clash 2 as well. On top of all of that, I feel incredibly bad for the fighters, and I don't blame any of them who want to drop out or who have already dropped out.
Give him $10,000. He's been training for a year. He's went viral on Creator Clash 1, Creator Clash 2. This guy has taken so much shit just because of your mistakes, because he's the poster boy. He's the guy that goes viral, right? He's the guy that helped build Creator Clash. And now he's over here suffering? Well, this is bullshit.
That's why you would think there would be a lot more transparency, communication, and respect to people like Dad, especially, and Harley, for example. These fighters are the people that have built up Creator Clash. These people have been on every single event, or have now been on the 2 events and have decided to now leave, or are coming out to speak about how badly Creator Clash 3 has and is being run. I feel incredibly bad for these people who have spent so much time trying to build this brand, when it very much seems like the people that designed this brand, iDubbbz and Anisa, have been almost fighting against it.
money that it's not. I don't want people just to give me money.
It's
Like,
ridiculous.
everyone did the same thing. I trained,
It's
I fought, I
ridiculous.
did my
It's
fight, I did promotion.
insane.
I happen to go viral. It's not. I can't control
It's
that.
insane.
And
We
other fighters
just need
can't
to
either, so I
make
don't
this
deserve anything
content cop
extra.
so bad, even though it's going to completely fuck you over.
Yet again, we've circled back to this idea of them possibly postponing Content Cop H3 until after Creator Clash, because it is so vital to the story. Without that, none of the stuff that would be happening with Creator Clash would be taking place, and genuinely, if they did care about their fighters, if they felt any respect or anything towards them, they would have postponed that Content Cop.
Then I asked him on that trip, I was like, what's up with because I tried physically counting every single taken seat on Ticketmaster, because I was curious myself. I was like, I really want to know if people are going to be there. Like, I don't know what's the count. So I did a map. I was drawing on it. I was doing sectioning off sections. I finished counting. I was counting everything. And then Ian was like, oh, don't pay attention to that because this Ticketmaster is a little tricky.
Yeah, look, please don't pay attention to the numbers of people, right? Ticketmaster is Ticketmaster's fault. It's not the fact we can't sell an event. It's not the fact that people don't want to turn up. It's completely Ticketmaster's fault. Trust me, there's going to be at least one person there. Again, just zero transparency, zero communication skills. I mean, iDubbbz did say that he struggled with his communication skills when it came to something like this, but transparency is key. And if you're not going to be transparent with legacy fighters on your event that have built up the event to be what it is in the public eye, look, when you think of Creator Clash, you think of creators like Harley and Dad. If you're not going to be at least transparent with those people, why bother doing this event at all?
What they show has sold and hasn't sold, it's hard to know. It's their like method of selling tickets. And I was like, okay, so I just counted 5,000 tickets for no reason. But when he said that, he then said, we're not super pumped right now on what the ticket sales are.
I mean, quite frankly, I don't know what iDubbbz would be expecting. I don't know why he would be pumped whatsoever. This is something that he was expecting. Both him and Anisa were expecting this event not to do very well. iDubbbz literally said that so in his concern trolling video, and Anisa said as much to Wade Plem in DMs. So, like, this event underselling and underperforming and not getting people in those seats can't be a big shocker to them because they knew that this event would underperform and not make much money to begin with. This can't be a big shock to them.
And then Ren and I both were like, okay, hopefully. Then Ian said, we do have things planned. We're going to do promotional stuff. We have stuff planned. We're not too worried because like towards the end is when people really go for tickets.
Is that how it works, iDubbbz? I was under the impression that if this event was hyped up, if people were genuinely interested and excited and wanted to go to it, they would buy a ticket as soon as possible so they don't miss out. They wouldn't leave it to the last minute and possibly risk not getting a ticket if people were genuinely interested in going to this event. That is just a cope excuse and a lack of transparency when you knew yourself that this event wouldn't do well. I think it'd be really funny here when they're talking about promotion, if they're talking about the H3 content cop, you know, the thing that nuked the event in the end. That's the promotion they had lined up.
But at that point, it hadn't been selling the same as the year one had. Year one was just like super, everyone got excited and it skyrocketed. So year two, it's hard to repeat that for any event. Understandable. But so when he said the content cop and then he said the tickets, I was like, this isn't good.
Yet again, iDubbbz and Anisa went into this event knowing that it probably wouldn't do very well. The fact that they even went ahead with the event when they knew that and they thought that is shocking to me. The fact they would admit that publicly is even more disgusting and shocking to me. And the fact that there wasn't more transparency with legacy fighters and other fighters and content creators that are putting their time up to fight on this event and tell them openly that they don't think this event will perform, you know, particularly well is disgraceful. I mean, to begin with, Creator Clash 3 shouldn't have been a thing. After the failed, absolutely disgusting event which was Creator Clash 2, Creator Clash 3 shouldn't have been a thing in the first place, and then on top of that, if you didn't think your event was going to do well, you shouldn't be doing the event in the first place. If you don't have a passion for it and you don't like boxing, like iDubbbz has, you know, kind of made very apparent, you shouldn't be doing a boxing event. Simple as. You shouldn't have gone through with this. Creator Clash 3 shouldn't be a thing in the first place. But it doesn't stop there, because it isn't only Dad speaking out, we've got another fighter that has decided to speak out, Ren from Corridor Crew.
The event was basically not doing super well, and so they ended up changing the venue and changing the date. And so it is no longer taking place in Florida at the end of this month. It is now going to take place in Los Angeles at the end of October.
And genuinely, my heart goes out to those fighters that have been training so hard for that day, only for it to be moved till October. The amount of money people would have spent on training and preparing and not making content and just genuinely focusing on this quote-unquote charity event, I can't say that seriously, is disgraceful. It's disgraceful that these fighters and creators are having to go through this.
Yeah. October 25th at the Hollywood Palladium, which is a pretty sick venue, by the way. I've been there a few times. is where I'm going to be boxing. I'm still in it, but they delayed it 4 months. Oof. And that was really hard to handle from like an emotional standpoint, because I was literally in the middle of like my final sprint. I was 40 days out from the event. I was working every single day. Yeah, training. It was like my entire life.
Imagine putting so much hard work into this event, genuinely training every single day, and then being told that no, it's actually going to happen in 4 months now, and you still have to keep doing this training and keep at the pace you're at. How tired and burnt out would you be? And I don't blame fighters for dropping out, genuinely, and the fact that this event, instead of being cancelled, just got postponed is disgusting to me. As soon as it started going this way, they should have cancelled the event instead of postponed it. It's not fair on the fighters. Before we wrap up this video, there is actually a little update with Anisa after a tantrum on Twitter that I do want to go over. Firstly, H3 had some choice words for her on his Instagram. Anisa, open your books for Karate Clash 2. Did you pay for denims, Rogan Hassan, flight and hotel from a charity money? Did they fly coach or business? How much did you spend on the before and after party? I mean, to be fair, this is something that everybody wants to know. Everybody wants to know how much money they genuinely spent, because all we know realistically, if we are to be believing Coach Mike, is that they were basically $500,000 in the hole before Creator Clash 2 took place. A few weeks before the actual event took place, before the fights, before the boxing stuff, they were that badly in the hole, and I'd love to know how much went on flights, how much went on parties, all of that lovely stuff. I would love a breakdown. And Anisa, in response to another H3 Instagram post, wrote, "Hey Ethan, I'm not sure what you're referring to. Please write a concise paragraph explaining exactly what I did that warrants this harassment campaign. For one, calling out your shitty behavior and actions and critiquing you isn't a harassment campaign. That is called criticism after you have fucked up. And two, just scroll down your Twitter, see the things you've said in your podcast, how you've gone about this whole entire situation, and then hopefully you'll clock on. But of course, you won't clock on because there's just nothing rattling inside there." Ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have to cover for today's video. I'm not going to say that, yeah, there's going to be nothing for the foreseeable future. I don't want to jinx it again and then, you know, some big update will drop tomorrow. But all I do know is that I will be covering the latest updates as soon as possible when they do hit the internet. So please feel free to go down below, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of those said updates. And once you're done there, you might as well comment down below your thoughts and opinions on this current controversy and the brand new update to do with Creator Clash 3. I do hope you've enjoyed today's video. Thank you for the support, and I will catch you in the next YouTube video. Goodbye.